So it's been a while since we last discussed the possibility and also the rumours of a small attraction coming to the UK Pavilion over at Epcot. So let's dive into all of that up next. Hi there Waltonaires, I'm Jack, and this is of course DSNY Newscast, and you know what, let's just dive straight into an update on this topic. As recently, it's been no great secret that after Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and then Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opens at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's attention is going to turn toward Epcot, as the 37-year-old park is arguably just as iconic for Walt Disney World as that of the Magic Kingdom. But compared to the other parks, Epcot has always been somewhat less ride-focused, and more about the experiences that can be found around World Showcase. But that changed back in 2016, with the arrival of Frozen Ever After in Norway. That predictably proved to be extremely popular amongst guests, and thus Epcot began its transformation to become more timeless, more family friendly, and yes, more Disney, with Guardians of the Galaxy in Future World, Ratatouille over in the France Pavilion, and as of recently, the new interactive city pavilion that will feature various Disney characters at the former Wonders of Life building. As clearly the injection of more Disney movies coupled with the pavilions of Epcot is the strategy that Disney are going in to help boost the overall appeal and consequently the attendance of the park. And it's with that in mind that we're talking about the UK Pavilion for today. As you see, back in March of 2018, we discussed the possibilities of a Mary Poppins ride coming to Epcot in the coming years, as at the time many reliable insiders were reporting that a small-scale dark ride along the lines of an Alice in Wonderland or a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride over at Disneyland was being proposed within Walt Disney Imagineering, with a smaller scale budget that was supposedly around $70 million. But since then, those plans have seemingly substantially changed, as according to those very same insiders on the WDW Magic forums, the plans for a ride within the UK Pavilion have now been scaled back to a basic flat ride system that is most likely going to be either a carousel or a spinner, with the main objective to add some kinetic energy to the overall area and provide a smaller, kid-friendly attraction that will help in offsetting some of the expected increase in guest flow on the west side of World Showcase when Remy's Ratatouille adventure is rumoured to open in summer of 2020. But at the very least, we can take solace in the fact that it's still in the plans to bring some sort of Mary Poppins representation to the parks. However, personally, I have a few ideas for what I would like to see if Disney were to go all in on a grander Mary Poppins presence at Epcot. But if you'll indulge me for just a second, as a massive fan of the Mary Poppins movies and also a fan of the sequel, Mary Poppins Returns, I personally feel that Disney could easily retheme this entire section along here into Cherry Tree Lane, and instead of building some sort of basic flat ride or spinner ride, as it's rumoured at the moment for the pavilion, they could really embrace the most infectious part of the Mary Poppins movies, and that's the music, by building some sort of semi-outdoor theatre venue where they could play the different types of music from the Mary Poppins movies along with other interchangeable UK IP within the pavilion. But anyways, that's just my opinion about it all. But now back on over to you from one UK pavilion, over to you Jack in the UK. Thanks Jack, but now let's get back to the interesting question of why did this rumoured attraction supposedly get scaled back? And well, the answer might be rather simpler than what we first thought, and it all comes back to the box office performance. As despite Mary Poppins Returns being extremely well received critically and garnering numerous Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations, the bottom line here is that the movie only grossed $349 million worldwide since its December 19th, 2018 release. Now this is actually pretty good for a traditional musical in this era of major box office juggernauts, with the likes of Star Wars and Marvel releasing movies that easily gross $1 billion worldwide in the first 2 weeks of their releases. But that still doesn't change the fact that considering that the movie had an estimated production budget of $130 million and a massive marketing budget on top of that, Disney Parks and Resorts will be looking to invest in movie properties that vastly surpassed expectations such as Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Zootopia and Frozen instead, as often box office is a good indicator that attraction will be popular within the Disney parks. However, the optimist in me still says that maybe someday in the future Mary Poppins Returns will get the representation that it so deserves within the Disney parks. As don't forget, the original 1964 Mary Poppins movie gave the company such a massive box office return of $101 million, which if adjusted for inflation is worth $800 million nowadays, and so it helped enable Walt to dream even bigger about his plans for Walt Disney World. However, in addition to this rumoured Mary Poppins ride, recently insiders have also stated that a Trip a Little Light Fantastic segment might also be included within the rumoured new nighttime parade, which will be supposedly debuting for the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary as well. But before we get into some news regarding Inside Out and the Disneyland Resort, I just want to say a quick thanks to Mickey Travels for sponsoring today's episode, as Mickey Travels are only one of a select few travel agencies in the entire world that has Disney's Platinum Earmark status. So if you're looking to book a Disney vacation, Mickey Travels will handle all aspects of your trip and do it all for free, as they never charge for their services. So to get your free quote today, visit mickeytravels.com in the description box or call them on the number below. Now, with all of this talk of a flat ride system coming to Walt Disney World, meanwhile over in Disneyland at DCA, they're currently constructing their own spinner-based ride system that's going to be based around a very popular movie. As it was announced last year that Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind was going to be constructed in the location of a former mail boomer attraction from Paradise Pier. And if this ride system looks familiar, it's because it's a reimagined Flix Flyers from the recently closed A Bug's Land that is now undergoing its massive transformation to become a Marvel superhero universe. But as we can see here in this construction update, that the backdrop memory orb wall is almost fully installed, and we'll start to see the main ride system installed as well fairly soon. And from what I can only imagine, this memory orb wall will look fantastic at night, with the orbs glowing just like out of the Inside Out movie. And whilst we're talking about Disneyland Resort, it's also being announced by Disney that Mickey's Mixed Magic, which debuted in January, will be concluding its run on June 6th. And then on June 7th, we'll see the return of the Disneyland Forever show that debuted for the 60th anniversary in 2015. And this is most likely to try and attract more people down toward the centre of the park with a grander Main Street USA fireworks spectacular to help alleviate some of the strain around the entrances into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And lastly for today, how could we not mention Avengers Endgame that's going to be released worldwide tomorrow? Now don't worry, I'm not going to be offering any spoilers here, and I'm actually going to be holding back on my Endgame review until next Thursday, as then we can talk more freely about the movie and the storyline of Avengers Endgame, with everybody having the chance to see it. And speaking of seeing the movie in the first week, box office estimates are predicting that Avengers Endgame will make between $750 to $900 million in its opening weekend worldwide box office, with this movie tracking to be the fastest movie of all time to reach the billion-dollar milestone, as is fitting for a movie which is concluding nearly a decade's worth of storytelling within the MCU. But now, it's over to you, the Waltoneers. I would like to know if you could create an attraction based around Inside Out or Mary Poppins Returns, then what type of ride system would you want that attraction to have, and also what kind of ride narrative would it explore, and also explain how the attraction would work and where it would be located. And of course, if you want to be in the chance to win one of these official DSNY Newscast enamel pins, don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video along with your suggestion or your comment, so therefore that way I know who wants to be in the chance to win in the comment section down below. And congratulations to this Waltoneer here for winning this suggestion from a previous video where we're talking all about the Star Wars hotel construction over at Walt Disney World. And so that's it for today, so go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel. Hit that notification icon so therefore that way you always receive an update whenever we release a video on a Tuesday or Thursday. And if you enjoyed today's video, give this video a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.